Welcome to the Career Changemaker podcast, where we focus on owning your career journey and making impact through the work that you do. Whether you're looking to pivot, transition into leadership, or reimagine your career completely, this podcast is for you. We'll unpack career development strategies, leadership insights, and the mindset shifts needed to thrive in your career. Being a career changemaker means taking control and shaping your professional path with intention. I'm your host, lawyer turned career and leadership development specialist, Janine Esbrand. So if you're ready for candid conversations that are going to help you grow, keep listening. Hello, and welcome to the show. If you have been trying to make a decision about your next best career move, but find yourself going round in circles or replaying the same conversation without ever reaching a proper conclusion, this episode is for you. I want you to lean in because we're going to be talking about how to actually make decisions about your next career move. I had a session with a client this week who is contemplating whether she wants to stay within her organization, which is going through a season of change, or whether she wants to go out into the marketplace and look for something else. She enjoys what she does, but some of the changes have made her question whether she's in the right place. So she's asking herself, should she stay or should she go? When I reflected on where we got to in our coaching conversation, I thought this would be a good topic to bring to the podcast because I realize that it's really common for highly ambitious women to feel stuck in their careers, not because they don't have options, but sometimes because they have too many. With all of the experience, the accolades, the expertise that you have, you could go in multiple different directions, and that's what makes it difficult because you don't want to make the wrong decision. You don't want to make a move and then in hindsight think, oh, I should have made a different choice. So that causes you to sometimes go round and round in circles, thinking about the same issue and not really getting much further forward. And where I see people go wrong with this is that they give themselves more time to figure it out. So they're trying to figure out whether they should make a move or not, or make a decision about what type of path they're going to pursue. They can't figure it out in the moment. And so they say, I'll have a think about it. So they give themselves more time to think about it, hoping that when they think about it next time, somehow they're going to have a different idea or they're going to get a bolt of inspiration and they're going to know what to do. But the reality is that more time doesn't solve the issue because the thought patterns that you have are likely to be repeated. So you go round and round in circles, having the same thoughts and arriving at the same point, which is frustrating, especially for someone who I'm guessing is used to being the one to figure things out, used to being the go-to person amongst friends and family who have a track record of being able to decide and being able to advise and being able to direct. When it comes to you, not being able to do that can be super, super frustrating. And here's what I want to share with you. This is what I shared with my client, and this is what I want to share with you today. You don't need more time. You do not need more time to figure this out. What you need is more information. You need data. And if you're familiar with my career change process, you will know that data plays a big part in helping clients to get clarity, regardless of whether they are considering to make a sidestep or they're looking to advance in their career or they're looking to launch their own business. Data is what needs to inform your next step. In fact, my clients follow my proprietary data framework where we focus on design, align, transition plan, and attract when it comes to making your career transition. The data is so important. If you are making decisions based on enough data and the right type of data, it's so much easier for you to decide. The reason why most people struggle is because they are trying to make decisions in a space where they don't actually have all the information required to make that decision confidently, right? To make that decision and stand behind it. So I want to share with you the 3 types of data that you need so that you can make a decision. Number 1 is internal data. This is where you're focused on self-awareness. It's understanding yourself at a deep level. What energizes you? What drains you? What are your values? What are your non-negotiables? What does success look like for you now? And this is a big one. What does success look like for you now? So often we are operating on a form or a vision of success from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. You may have set out in your career with this vision of where you wanted to go, and you've stuck with it, and you've been diligent, and you've been consistent, and you have been following the path. But what you haven't done is taken stock. What you haven't done is acknowledge that at different points in your life journey, you change and you evolve. Different seasons occur, different life experiences occur, and that causes a shift in your perspective. And for a lot of people, those shifts in perspective then impact the vision that you have. So if your vision for your career is outdated, then you need to upgrade. You need to revisit and ask yourself, what does success actually look like for me now? So those are all internal data points. These are things that only you can think through, only you can decide. And it really is based on you as an individual and where you are in your life, in your career right now. So that's number one, that's the internal data. And then secondly is experiential data. This is where you are testing and exploring and allowing yourself to do that and recognizing that a season of exploration is required in order for you to decide where you want to be next. And my client had a light bulb moment when we talked about giving herself permission to explore rather than putting the pressure on to decide. Right? You're not trying to decide yet because we haven't got all the data. So instead, we're exploring. So that might look like testing out different options, having conversations with people who are doing the types of roles that you're looking to have, really looking into what would it look and feel like to be in that position. So you're taking the data and insights that you gain from your exploration phase. And then the third type of data that's important for you to have is market data. Especially now in the current climate and the time that we're living in this VUCA environment, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous environment that we live in, it's important for you to not be making decisions in a vacuum. Important for you to be taking in the context of the market. What's actually happening externally? What is going on? What are the trends? Where do we see things going? Taking those things into account are going to be important, and they should also help to influence your decision, because if you decide, I want to go down this route, but you realize that this is a shrinking market and the likelihood of you being able to build a career out in this space is slim, then that might be an option that comes off of the table. So market data is important. So 3 types of data. You want to start with the internal data, and it's important to start with the internal. Don't go straight to the market. We want to start with the internal to get grounded in you, who you are, and what's important. Then you're looking at experiential data. This is you testing and understanding more practically what a type of move might look like. And then lastly, you want to consider the market, and you allow those 3 types of data to inform your decision making. Now, obviously, getting those 3 types of data, doing the reflecting, going out there, doing the testing and paying attention to the market isn't necessarily a quick process. So don't expect to be in a role for a long period of time and then all of a sudden say, okay, I'm going to move and know exactly what direction you need to go down. And don't necessarily think that ChatGPT can help you. Like ChatGPT has its time and place, and it can be helpful in some respects when it comes to transitioning, but it can't tell you what to do, right? You need to decide what to do using the right amount of information. So I hope that's helpful for you. If you have been feeling stuck, it's not because you can't figure it out. It's because you don't have enough information. So go out and get more information and the right type of information. And if you're listening to this and you're thinking, yes, absolutely, I've realized where I've been going wrong, but I could do with some help with figuring out how to gather the data in those 3 areas and how to really consider the right types of options for you, then hello. My name is Janine Esbrand. I am a career strategist and an executive coach, and I work with people to support them with their transition. So, if you are looking to partner with a coach, then I would highly recommend that you go to the show notes, click the link on the one-to-one coaching waitlist, and then I can get in touch with you and we can have a conversation as to whether working together would be a good fit. It brings me so much joy when I work with clients who go from feeling unsure, unfulfilled, stuck in their role to finding the path and moving onto that path and being excited about life and work again. So I would be honored to partner with you also. So put your name on the wait list and let's have a conversation. Also, separately, I'm super excited because our 300th episode is coming up. I know, 300 episodes. What? Really? We're on episode 294 right now. So in the next couple months, we're going to be hitting the 300th episode. And so we're planning to mark the occasion. I have some ideas. One of my ideas is to host a live podcast recording here in the UK, probably in London, maybe in Surrey. We're still deciding that. If you are a listener who is here or in the UK, I would love, love, love for you to be a part of it. So watch this space for more information coming over the coming weeks. I am super, super excited that we may get an opportunity to meet in person and to celebrate what we've been doing on the show over the last 8 years or so. So watch this space. Super excited. That is what I want to share with you today. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Until next time, look after yourself and keep moving toward your career goals.